Hello class, we are again going to be reading in our book, Rats Around Us. This is our 5th day reading, so we are going to be reading pages 20 to 23, so infestation and pest or pets. Let's go ahead and get started, but as I read today, I want you to think about a new way of destroying rats, and you'll get a chance to write about that later. So again, you're going to be thinking about a new way of destroying rats. Let's go ahead and start. So our title here is Infestation. How many rats are too many? It depends. In a food warehouse, 100 rats or more might be considered a problem. At home, a single rat might be too many. An infestation is a big word that simply means too many. Food thieves. People have been trying to get rid of rats for thousands of years. Why? They starve us. Each year, rats destroy at least $250 million worth of growing and stored food. That is enough to feed at least 200 million people. Even worse than the amount of food they eat is the amount of food they waste. Rats contaminate food with their feces, or poop, and urine, destroying up to 3 times the amount that they eat. So, I want you to summarize here then for me, what is the main problem created by rats? Okay, in these pictures we can see evidence of what the paragraph is talking about. It says rats eat and destroy a lot of food, including grain stored in bags in warehouses. And if you look closely, I think you can see the holes in some of the bags there. Over here, this is going to have to do with the next page that says rat poison, but it says each year people kill hundreds of millions of rats. Pest control has quickly become one of the most profitable industries in the world. And so you can see a rat here that's probably been killed with poison. So rat poison. So how do people get rid of rats? It is not easy. In the past, pest controllers tried to lace rats' food with poison, such as strychnine and arsenic. But since rats have a superior sense of taste, they can easily detect food that has been poisoned. Also, rats' inability to vomit makes them suspicious of new food. For this reason, exterminators have learned the technique of pre-baiting. This involves putting out food that is perfectly fine for rats to eat. After several days, the rats will approach the food and give it a try. If there's nothing wrong with it, they will continue to eat it. The food is then poisoned and the rats eat it. Around 1940, scientists began experimenting with a substance called warfarin. This tasteless chemical causes internal bleeding. Rats that eat food that is tainted with warfarin will slowly bleed to death without leaving a mess. Warfarin changed pest control for decades, but over time, rats developed immunity to the chemical. So since they developed immunity, that means their bodies don't shut down like they used to. Their bodies get used to that warfarin, and so it no longer killed them. This picture here goes with it. So this is another idea. Snap traps are dangerous. Many people have broken or lost fingers because of these contraptions. Many rats can learn how to steal food from a trap without releasing the bar. And I think Emma shared with us in class that an uncle of hers had broken a finger on one of these traps. This next section is called Pets or Pest. It might seem hard to believe, but rats make excellent pets. They can live for up to 7 years or more, can be trained to perform tricks, and never need to be taken for a walk. Every color under the sun. It is believed that pet rats come from breeding albino lab rats with wild Norway rats. This began around the mid-1800s, but very few people kept rats as pets at this time. The breeding of albinos with Norways led to some very interesting color variations, including shades of gray, brown, cream, chocolate, black, and even silver and blue. White belly patches and other interesting patterns also appeared in these domestic rats, as did hooded varieties. Rat fancying. In a small English village in 1901, a woman named Mary Douglas began referring to herself as a rat fancier. She insisted that the pet rats she kept in her home were far different from the wild rats that ran through the streets. Mary was so good at promoting rats as pets that the National Mouse Club changed its name to the National Rat and Mouse Club in 1912. In the United States, rats were not kept as pets until the 1960s, and even then, rats were by no means considered a normal pet. So our caption says, in 1978, the Mouse and Rat Breeders Association was created in the U.S. Today, many people think rats are cool pets. And I can see there's this rat sitting on top of the cat, and the cat's looking a little grumpy, but he's not getting up. So I wonder, on this page, it looks like it's trying to convince us that rats would make a good pet. So I'm wondering, what do you think? Are you convinced? Have you changed your mind? Do you think that rats would make a good pet? The next part says, under the microscope. Many people wonder why lab rats are good research subjects. Their vital organs, brain, heart, liver, kidneys, work very similar to human organs. This makes rats the perfect candidates for studying diseases that affect humans, such as kidney and heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, and many forms of cancer. Rats also respond to medications in the same way as humans, so new drugs are tested on rats before they are approved for humans. In addition, scientists can see things in rats only 1 or 2 years into an experiment. The same experiment performed on a human would take 70 years to observe. So here's our caption here. It says, lab rats are used for research and experiments. Many animal rights activists are opposed to experimenting on animals, including rats, because the animals suffer before they are killed. So what do you think on this one? Because this is kind of the hard question. Which one is better? To help medicine by making rats suffer, or to be kind to rats and give up on finding new medicine? What do you think? Okay, this was a pretty short section in our book today. So now you'll want to go back into the assignment and open up our assignment in Kami. Along with that, you'll want to open up the other video and follow along as we complete the assignment. And remember, in the writing section, you will be writing about a new idea that you have for destroying rats. We'll see you in the next video.